Did you know that the average American has about $38,000 in personal debt, excluding home mortgages? That's a staggering amount. Now, before we dive into this, let's take a moment to understand what we're dealing with here. Debt, in its simplest form, is money borrowed by one party from another. It's a financial tool used worldwide, and it comes in many different shapes and sizes. You might have heard of some of these: credit card debt, student loans, mortgages, auto loans. These are all different types of debt that people commonly find themselves dealing with. But here's the kicker. Each of these debts usually comes with interest, and this is where things can get a bit dicey. High interest debt can be a real wealth killer. It's like a hole in your wallet that keeps getting bigger, and before you know it, you're in over your head, struggling to stay afloat. Let's take credit card debt, for example. It's notorious for its high interest rates. Say you owe $1,000 on your card, and you're only making the minimum payment each month. With an average interest rate of about 20%, you'll end up paying far more than you originally borrowed. The interest compounds, and your debt grows, eating away at your potential to build wealth. Student loans and auto loans can also be problematic. They might seem like a necessary evil, considering the high cost of education and transportation these days, but the fact is, these debts can hang over your head for years, even decades, preventing you from achieving financial freedom. Then there's the mother of all debts, the mortgage. While it's often seen as a good debt because it leads to home ownership, it's still a significant financial commitment that can impact your wealth-building journey. Debt can be a heavy burden, no doubt about it. But here's a thought to ponder. Not all debt is bad. Yes, you heard it right. Today, we're going to delve into how smart borrowing can actually help you build wealth. Stay tuned, because this is going to change the way you think about debt. Before we proceed, let's make sure we understand what debt is and how it works. Now, debt, in its simplest form, is money that you owe. It's like borrowing from your future self. You get to use the money now, but you have to pay it back later, usually with interest. But here's the twist. Not all debt is the same. Some debts can be a stepping stone to wealth, while others can drag you into a financial abyss. So, let's break it down a bit. First, we have what's known as good debt. Good debt is like a savvy business partner. It's debt that you take on to invest in something that will grow in value over time, or generate a steady stream of income. This could include things like a mortgage for a home that appreciates in value, a student loan for education that increases your earning potential, or a loan to start or expand a business. Good debt has the potential to pay for itself in the long run. And then some. It's like planting a seed that grows into a money tree. You have to water it and nurture it, but eventually it can provide a bountiful harvest. Then there's bad debt. Bad debt is like a freeloading friend who overstays their welcome. It's money you borrow to buy things that quickly lose their value and don't generate income. Think high-interest credit card debt from buying the latest gadgets, designer clothes, or flashy cars. Bad debt is like a hole in your wallet. The money you pour into it just seems to disappear, leaving you poorer and more stressed. So, as you can see, not all debts are created equal. The key is to use debt wisely. It's like a tool in your financial toolkit. Used correctly, it can help you build wealth. Used incorrectly, it can lead to financial ruin. So choose your debts as carefully as you would choose your investments, because in a way, that's exactly what they are. Now that we have a better understanding of debt, let's talk about how to use it to our advantage. You see, debt isn't inherently bad. It's how you manage it that makes all the difference. One powerful strategy you can employ is leveraging, which is essentially using borrowed money to increase potential return on investment. Imagine you're a budding entrepreneur with a brilliant business idea, but lack the necessary funds to kickstart it. Here, smart borrowing comes into play. You could potentially take out a loan to start your business. If your business thrives, the profit you generate can not only repay the loan, but also provide you with a substantial income, thereby creating wealth from borrowed money. Or let's consider the example of investing in your education. Suppose you secure a student loan to pursue a degree in a field with high earning potential. Once you graduate and secure a well-paying job, the income you earn over the course of your career can far outweigh the cost of your student loan. Then there's the classic example of buying a home. Most of us can't afford to pay for a house upfront. By taking out a mortgage, you're able to purchase a property that over time may appreciate in value. This appreciation can lead to wealth creation, again from borrowed money. But, and this is crucial, each of these examples hinges on one thing: having a clear plan to pay off the debt. This often means understanding the terms of your loan, setting a realistic budget, and making timely payments. It's also worth noting that while leveraging can amplify your returns, it can also amplify your losses. That's why it's essential to approach this strategy with caution, and ideally under the guidance of a financial advisor. So, the trick is to borrow money with a purpose, and with a clear plan to pay it back. This way, you're not just accumulating debt, but you're strategically using it as a tool to build wealth. In the next scene, we'll delve into how to avoid the pitfalls of debt. But for now, remember, when handled wisely, debt can be more of a stepping stone than a stumbling block towards financial prosperity. While smart borrowing can help you build wealth, it's also important to avoid the pitfalls of debt. Think of debt like a double-edged sword. It can either be a tool for growth or a weapon that can cause financial damage. One of the most common pitfalls is high interest rates. These are the silent killers of your financial health. They can quickly turn a manageable amount of debt into an overwhelming burden. To avoid this, always shop around for the best rates before taking on debt. Understand the terms and conditions, and if the interest seems too high, it's probably best to steer clear. Next, we have late fees. These are penalties you incur when you fail to make your payments on time. While they might seem small and insignificant at first, they can add up over time and become a substantial part of your debt. The best way to avoid late fees: make your payments on time, set reminders, use automatic payments, do whatever it takes to ensure you're not missing your due dates. Now, let's talk about the dreaded cycle of debt. This is when you find yourself continuously borrowing to pay off previous debts. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. The more you pour in, the more leaks out. To avoid this cycle, it's crucial to keep your balances low and pay off your debts as soon as possible. If you find yourself stuck in this cycle, reach out to a financial advisor or a credit counseling agency. They can help you create a plan to break free. Lastly, avoid unnecessary debt. Not all debt is bad, but unnecessary debt is. This is debt that doesn't contribute to your financial growth or stability. It's the debt you accumulate from impulse buying or living beyond your means. To avoid this pitfall, always ask yourself before taking on new debt: is this necessary? Will this contribute to my financial well-being? Remember, the goal is to use debt as a tool, not let it use you. Be smart, be strategic, and always stay in control. Now that we've covered the basics of smart borrowing, let's recap and talk about your next steps. We started off by discussing the shocking reality of debt. It's everywhere, and it's not inherently evil. The crucial part is understanding the difference between good and bad debt. Good debt, as we've established, is an investment that will grow in value or generate long-term income. On the other hand, bad debt is generally caused by purchasing things that quickly lose their value and do not generate long-term income. Then, we dove into the concept of using debt to build wealth. We discussed how leveraging good debt, like taking out a mortgage to buy a home or borrowing to invest in education, can indeed contribute to your long-term financial growth. The key here is to make sure that the return on your investment will exceed the cost of the debt. Moving on, we explored how to avoid the pitfalls of debt. We underscored the importance of budgeting, repayments, and maintaining a good credit score. Remember, the goal is to control your debt, not let it control you. It's about making informed decisions and being proactive in managing your finances. And now, what's next? It's time for you to assess your current debt situation. Take a good hard look at your finances. How much debt do you have, and what kind is it? Is it helping you build wealth, or is it dragging you down? Once you've got a clear picture, make a plan. Prioritize paying down high interest, bad debt. Look for opportunities to invest in good debt. And most importantly, make sure you're living within your means and saving for the future. Remember, understanding and controlling your debt is a journey, not a one-time event. It requires consistent effort and smart decisions. But with time, patience, and discipline, you can turn your debt into a tool for building wealth. It's your turn now. Take control of your debt, make it work for you, and start building your wealth today. Don't forget to subscribe for more financial tips and tricks. And tell us in the comments below, what's your biggest takeaway from this video?